Guys, it's fucking Black History Month!
So to celebrate, let's talk about another one of my favorite music genres, R&B music. There are a lot of films that contain elements of R&B in their soundtracks, so in today's video, I can show you some examples of movies with a bit of R&B in them. In 1996, Looney Tunes hit the big screen with Space Jam. Space Jam's album is surprisingly jam-packed with both rap and R&B. Not only was this movie successful at the box office, the soundtrack ranked at number 2 on the Billboard Hot 200. The soundtrack consists of songs such as Fly Like an Eagle, I Found My Smile Again, For You I Will, I Turn to You, and I Believe I Can Fly. This soundtrack is pretty good, despite a certain someone being involved. You have artists such as Monique, Salt-N-Pepa, Seal, What Kind of Name Was That, Coolio, and so much more. This album is a classic. My favorite song off the album is Fly Like an Eagle. In high school, I was in marching band, and this was one of the songs we performed. No, I don't have a picture, and I think that's for the best. Now, I can't lie and say this movie isn't just one big commercial, but I still kind of like it. It's wrong for nostalgia to get in the way, but bro, stop telling me what to do. Heading to 2005, we have the Proud Family movie. Now, I'm not too sure how well this movie did in terms of ratings, but I can definitely say I'm not the biggest fan of this film. Love the show, but the film was kind of disappointing. The film had mixed reception, and if you've seen the film, you know why. Anyway, from the soundtrack, I wanted to talk about the song right here. This is a catchy song, not gonna lie. The rest of the movie soundtrack isn't my thing though, so I don't have much else to say. Jumping to 2004, DreamWorks' next film, Shark Tale, was released. At the time of recording this, I still haven't watched Shark Tale in years. But every once in a while, I'll hear a song from the album on TikTok. Guys, I'm pissed off! I accidentally uninstalled TikTok off my phone! Anywho, Shark Tale's soundtrack is pretty decent. Despite critical reception, Shark Tale was a hit at the box office, and I'm not too sure how well the soundtrack did. India.Arie joins the soundtrack for the song Get It Together. And then there's also the song Can't Wait. I'm positive I heard Get It Together on the radio a few times, and it's a great track. My favorite track off the soundtrack is Goodfoot. I'm a big fan of Timbaland, so of course this is my favorite. Not too many songs to talk about here, considering that most of this album is rap. This isn't a bad thing, but kinda defeats the purpose of an R&B video. Next we have one of my favorite films, The Prince of Egypt. For this to be my most viewed video, this shit sucks, dude. The film of course was a hit at the box office, and like Shark Tale, I'm not too sure how high or low this album ranked. The Prince of Egypt's soundtrack is great. This album features legends like Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, Boyz II Men, K-Ci and JoJo, the list goes on. When You Believe, sung by Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey, is a great song. It even won an Oscar back in 1999. Boyz II Men performs Humanity, and K-Ci and JoJo get their version of Through Heaven's Eyes. Not much else to say. The film was great, and the soundtrack is amazing. This video is all over the place. The Rugrats movie released in 1998, and while reviews were mixed, the film was a hit at the box office, being the first non-Disney animated film to make over 100 million. Anyway, the soundtrack ranked at number 19 on the Billboard 200, and the only song I want to talk about off this album is Take Me There by the Black Sheep Boys. Like, honestly, a lot of films in this video, I haven't seen this movie in forever. So I had to go back and listen to the song, and yeah, this is a great song. I think the rest of the soundtrack is great too. Next up is The Princess and the Frog, released in 2009. Don't let anybody tell you this movie sucks, man. The film was a hit at the box office, and honestly, the soundtrack doesn't even have that much R&B in it. The score was composed by Randy Newman, and the soundtrack consists of songs from the movie, obviously. However, there's a song performed by Ne-Yo titled Never Knew I Needed. This is a great song for the end credits. Ne-Yo is insanely talented, so I'm happy he was brought onto the film. Next is a movie I hardly hear anyone talk about, is Anastasia, released in 1997. The movie was directed by Don Bluth and did well both critically and financially. And the two songs from the soundtrack were nominated for an Oscar. At the time of recording, I haven't seen this film in years, but I do remember the song Journey to the Past, sung by Aaliyah. Aaliyah is a fantastic singer, and this song is still great after all these years. I can definitely see why this song was nominated for an Oscar. Last film for this incredibly short video, I thought this would have been longer, is the Goofy movie, based off the show Goof Troop. This show has a great theme song. Anyway, in 1995, a Goofy movie was released in theaters, and while critically and financially the film didn't do the best, the movie gained a cult following over the years due to its home media release. The soundtrack had the help of Tevin Campbell, who also voiced the character Powerline. I even got him in the thumbnail. Not gonna lie, this video almost got canceled because I could not make a thumbnail. Zach is editing this video right now, and I was going to inform him that the video got canceled, and every time he brought it up I was just going to gaslight him. I'm just joking, Zach. This soundtrack is great. Stand Out is my absolute favorite. A Goofy movie soundtrack is great. Looks like that's my list. While this video was short, this was fun to write. I had so much fun going through all these songs again. And I was happy I finally got to make this video. It's been in the works forever, guys. I can finally get some sleep. Don't eat McDonald's, that shit's gross.